Hello and welcome once again. This is episode 2 of Roots, Rhythm and Irons. Myself, Dom H.
And yes, it's Mikey P in the house, in the place to be.
What are you saying, bro? You alright? How you feeling? You good?
Yeah, not too bad, brother. Not too bad. Can't complain. Just living life as a West Ham supporter at the moment. It's not pretty for us.
Bro, it's tough going at the moment being a West Ham fan, innit, bro? You know them ones.
Tell me about it.
Bro, like, I enjoyed the first episode, you get me? It's like, it's doing alright, people out there having a listen.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And they're, giving us our feedback and everything else, bro. You know them ones.
Yeah,
but, bro, what we got to talk about, man? We got to talk about the Monday night. We got to talk about the Brentford.
Oh, do we have to?
Bro, listen, I kind of got to boycott it, bro. Do I have to? Bro, my God. Oh, mate. How bad was that? Bro, go on. Sorry, bro.
Bro, it's probably one of the worst games I've seen us play under Moyes, under Lopetegui, under Potter. I can't think I've seen a worse game in the last 3 years. If I'm being honest, bro. It was mad. Like, I know we'll get into it, but it's just everything that could go wrong did go wrong, bro. And it's one of those things where I just think, bro, why did Potter there? Why did man like Nuno mess himself up?
Bro, do you know what, bro? We're gonna get to that, right? Like, look, I'm not really one that wants to do too much of the post-match review.
No.
I think there's enough of them out there for people, but, bro, I think that was the worst game of football I've ever watched.
Yeah,
bro. I'm not even going to say the worst West Ham game. I think it's the worst game of football. I think I've seen better football over the Marshes. Over Parslow's.
Yeah.
You know all them ones everyone plays like.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, that was shocking.
Shocking.
I've never seen anything like it. Do you get what I mean, bro? Yeah. It was like we're just getting completely outclassed and outplayed by a team that's gonna be
in and around the same position we are in. So,
bro, can you imagine if we're gonna capitulate like that against Brentford? Can you imagine what's going to happen when we play man like City?
Yeah, exactly.
We've got Liverpool coming up.
I've got Newcastle coming up as well.
I'll get to that one still.
Yeah. Oh, are you? Yeah. Are you? They're just sitting.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But we'll come to it. But my son, bro, don't start. I just started, bro. How you started already, right? Yeah, don't start already, bro. But right, come on. Let's get your view on it. Let's break down the game quickly. Okay, cool. Right, just a quick thing. On. So what are you saying about the game? Your view. Let me see your view on the game.
My view is, boom. It's a thing of when I saw the team sheet, I thought that already puts me in the negative because I'm like. First and foremost, I saw a team sheet. I'm seeing man like Irving and man like Souček as a double pivot. Man said double pivot in 2025 under Nuno. Honestly, bro.
Sorry, bro. Don't start me off, bro. Don't start me off.
It's mad because I don't understand how he could. The only reason why I say he started that team, is he's had more time on the training ground with these players because the rest of them was all swanning around on international duty. But even with that being said, Souček's on international duty. Bombing was. Paqueta played good. Diouf. They all.
But he didn't start Diouf, though, did he?
Yeah, true. Alright, the 3 players I just mentioned, he's still starting them, so he shouldn't have started them if he's going by that basic.
Right, so just to jump in there, bro, I'm looking at the team. So this is the team. He started with Areola in goal.
Yeah.
He started with Ollie Scholes at right back. Right, I'm going to give my view of that a little bit. He started with Todibo, Kilman, Walker Peters at left back. Then he had Souček, my favourite player in here.
Yep, exactly.
And man like Andy Irving. Yeah. So we had Andy Irving and Souček in the midfield game. Anyway, then he's got, so he's played those as 2. Then he's got a 3 of Bowen on the right, Somerville as a 10, Fernandes as a on the left, and Paqueta up top.
Yeah.
That's how he started the game. And on the bench, he had Magassa, Potts, Rodriguez, Wilson, Marshall, Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos, and then we had the midget goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that being said, then I honestly believe. Do you know what it reminds me of? A manager that's on his way out.
Right.
You know when they just thought, do you know what? I don't care. I know I'm getting sacked tomorrow. Man would just play. I'll do a madness on my last game. Like I'll put a left back, right back, left back. I'll put the two slowest. Mix up the two slowest centre midfielders I've got to my disposal. I throw them in. What? Exactly. Bruv. Go and do your thing. And that's what he struck me as. It doesn't make. And how you playing Fernandes on the left and then putting Somerville in the number 10? Like, as much as Somerville probably was our best player, I feel like he was just doing what he wanted to do at the end of the day. I don't get the wing backs changing order. That make no sense whatsoever unless he wanted to invert them. And
see this. I'm going to come to that.
Unless he wanted to invert them. You know, like if he was on the right wing, Bowen's running down the right wing. He's ain't got no change out of the two defenders. He's doubling up on him. He can play it back to Scholes and him on his switch it over so he can just whip the ball on his left foot. So it's an in-swinger into whoever is oncoming attackers. That's the only reason why I probably say. But even then, I didn't see it. Bro. I did not see it, bro. Scholes like a fish out of water. I felt sorry for him.
I felt sorry for the kid.
You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of hugging him out to dry.
Like, he's done that twice, bro. When Potter did it against Liverpool, put up against Salah.
Exactly.
And then obviously Nuno's done that, put him on the right. It's like this kid can't catch a break. But anyway, we'll come back to it.
Then so obviously I don't want to go into it. I don't want to go through bits and pieces. But overall, it just didn't make no sense whatsoever. It didn't. It even though he puts if I'm new now, I go right. This is what I'm going for. Then if I see it's not working after 20 minutes, then 30 minutes, and I still be getting peppered, and it's not working. As a manager, regardless of half time and all that, the biggest managers, the Mourinho's, the Contes, all their man will just go right. This ain't working. 50 minutes in. You're coming off. You're coming off.
That's what I'm saying.
But he didn't do it.
He didn't do it, bro.
He didn't do it. So what does that make sense?
Can I jump in, bro?
Sorry, bro.
No. Listen, bro. Don't say sorry, bro. Don't worry about that, but that's how we talking. Man, say sorry.
Exactly. Don't mean it.
You get what I'm saying. But, bro, that game was terrible, right? When I saw the lineup, you know me, bro. The first thing I saw, my eyes are like a radar for me, bro. I just looked for the midfield part because I just went. I remember I said
the game's
I said my man's back. I said I'm scared because Souček's back. I want to see what he's gonna do, bruv. My heart sunk the minute I saw the team sheet. All I saw was Souček, bruv. I didn't even deep that Walker Peters was playing left back. Let's go playing right back. Because when you see the names on the team sheet, you're just assuming everyone's playing in the right position. But we went to about 15 minutes in when I think they had a corner. We had a corner and they broke away. And I saw Scholes at right back. And I'm thinking, you know the ones when they're just defending and
covering.
He's covering, they're going to switch over. Like, as the game's going on, I say, but my man's still at right back. Like, what's going on, right? Bro, Souček, I know some people are going to get tired of me because they're going to know that I just don't like this guy as a footballer. It was terrible, bro. Bro, it was terrible. It was so uncomfortable watching him. And Irving, bro, we looked like we took two League One players. That's disrespect to League One. Two League Two players and literally put them in the Premier League and say, go out and play. That was terrible. That's the standard. Right?
Sorry to interject there. You say this about Souček. I honestly believe Nuno put Souček in there because of their forearms. You see my man, I think it was... I forgot his name, Koji or something. He was launching them from about 50 yards, 40 yards, and we can't cope underneath that immense pressure. When you put Souček in there, I see him with a couple of headers.
Yeah, but then you're losing something though, bro. Because remember, the game's not just about defending. You know what I mean? So he's alright, he's in there headering the ball away, bro. But then he can't get out of the box. Takes half hour to get out of the box to get back on the pitch. You're supposed to be supporting the players moving forward. So what's happening is, how is he transitioning the ball when he heads the ball? Then you look round and the ball, the play's buzzing around. He's nowhere to be seen.
But that's not his job. His job is a box crash. And once he heads it, it's up to the ones that to pick up the second balls and go back their business.
So then we're carrying him then, bro.
But then so be it.
But bro, we're losing. But this is the problem. We're carrying, bro. But look, we're carrying this guy, bro. Like he was shocking. But I'm gonna allow Souček for the minute, right? I'm gonna allow him for the minute. Right. The left back, right back thing. I think what he was doing, and I'm trying to act like I've got some inside analysis here, but no, I don't. But what I think he was doing, because he didn't have a big striker up top, I think he didn't want the left back and the right back to go forward and cross. I think he wanted them to cut in and cross it so that Somerville and Bowen are coming in at the back post. That's the only thing I can think of. Because this is an experienced manager. He can't be experimenting like what you were saying, like a manager on his way out. He must have had a thought process.
Yes, I agree.
Right, but bro, I was just looking at the stats here, right? This is how bad the game was, So we're at home against Brentford. Imagine that. Brentford, who's lost players, lost their manager. They basically promoted their set piece coach. I remember when my man used to play Keith Andrews, remember?
Oh, yeah.
When Ipswich won.
Ipswich,
right?
Yeah.
So then, they had 56% possession. Bruv, this is Brentford. 22 shots.
Wow.
7 on target, 10 off target. They completed 451 passes, right? I'm not even going to get into the rest of that. Yeah, because there's all sorts like clear-cut chances. All that madness. Bruv, we had 7 shots. 44% possession. 7 shots, 1 on target, 3 off target.
Wow.
Bruv, this is a beating. This is a comprehensive beating that we were in the back of here, bro.
But do you think, though, can you... I will play... I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
Alright, go ahead.
Nuno didn't help himself, but in the same breath, what has he got to play with, bro? That shows, it goes back to what I said in our last podcast, the first episode, when our squad is unbalanced, and you seem to think it's not unbalanced.
All right,
and
you're coming for me today, innit? You're coming for me. All right, let's do this thing, bro. Come on, what you said to me?
And this is the point I was trying to make with you, H, about the unbalance of the squad.
Okay.
Now, Nuno done what he done, granted, but plain sailing, we have Fulkrug, Wilson, Marshall was the only strikers. 2 of them are flipping old and one's untested in this level.
Right.
So then, what does he do? He has to try and work outside the box.
Yeah.
And that's why I think he's trying to earn his stripes. He's getting to know his team. Remember, he's only been here for 3 weeks.
Right. So what you saying is, you're saying that they're unbalanced. Then is that what you're saying?
So, yeah.
Right, okay. But I'm gonna. All right. Go on. Can I come back? Right.
Yeah.
Bro, I think the problem that we have with a lot of managers is they're a little bit too rigid. Right. At the end of the day, we're sitting there and say, right, he's got Fulkrug, he's got Wilson. What's he got to work with? But there's nothing that's telling him that he has to play one up top. He's choosing to play one up top, bro. Yeah. So at the end of the day, why don't you play 2 up top? Whatever happened to 4-4-2? Has football gone that back to people can't...
We ain't got the strikers for 4-4-2.
But he's got Wilson, he's got Fulkrug. That's what he's got. He can play Fulkrug, he can play Marshall. One of the things that Potter did well was when he played Bowen closer to Fulkrug. They looked like they were forming a little partnership there, you get me? But I think these managers are too rigid. So I still think the players are there. I'm not going back on what I said. I still think we've got enough to survive, although... After that game, I was worried.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to this Leeds game tomorrow night, bro. I don't know. But me personally, I think if we just kind of start to wrap that a little bit, I think the game was atrocious, bro. I think players out there just looked like they couldn't be, whether they couldn't be asked or whether they didn't know what they were doing. Paqueta, bro. Paqueta. I said it in the last episode. Bruv, what is he doing? Like, I don't care when people say he's not a striker, bro. The man's 6'1". He's got all the ability in the world. But it's like he always tries, it's like he waits for people to get to him before he does it. Like he wants to mug people. You know the ones like back in the day, they play football. You know the ones in the park. West Ham Park. You know West Ham Park? So you play football and you got your ball, you got the ball under control. You know you could pass it, be thinking, there's someone who's coming who's shit. Let me mug him off. Nuts it. But bro, it's the Premier League. You can't do that. Pass the ball. So I personally, bro, come tomorrow. We'll come. But we'll come to that at the end of it. But I think he needs to be dropped, bro. Personally, I think he's hindering the team at the moment. I think he needs to go. He don't want to be here now. I think he recognises he made a mistake. He should have ducked after the
when Villa was after him.
Villa, right? I reckon, and he tried to stay low. He was probably feeling good because Potter was giving him this free range of what he was doing. Now there's another manager, kind of Moyes-esque kind of team, and he's probably thinking, "Shit,
it don't fit in.
I don't want to be here." But there's still no excuse to put out a performance like that.
No, there's not.
Bowen, bro, right? He ain't getting away with this, right? He was non-existent.
It's not been the first time this season, but what Bowen gives you though, H, he's kind of like the. I'm not comparing him like ability wise, but he's like Haaland in the sense of. He'll be non-existent for 80% of the game, and then he will pop up with a bit of magic to win you the game or get you a draw. We've seen it plenty of times before, and we'll see it plenty of times again. That's why, and he's captain. So regardless of how we feel about him, he is Mr. West Ham in terms of he's going to be starting every match. And he's most likely going to be lasting in the full 90 minutes.
All right, let me just put out this disclaimer here, right? I'm not here saying that he shouldn't be playing or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he seems to get away from criticism because he's the captain, because people are labelling him Mr. West Ham. At the end of the day, and this is what we mean about being a captain, bro, he was hiding on Monday night.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting into people. He wasn't getting into his teammates. He wasn't doing anything, bro.
True.
Like, he was non-existent. And I'm saying, as a captain, you might not have the best game, but you've got to get into the referee, you've got to get into the players. You've got to drag, like, Noble wouldn't have had that.
Of course he wouldn't.
He wouldn't have had that.
No.
Do you get what I mean? And this is what I mean about getting the captaincy away from him and just letting him play his game.
Yeah.
Because that was dead what he put out.
Who else can be captain? We ain't got no leaders, H.
Give it to Areola.
Please.
Bro, at least the goalkeeper's going to say something. But I mean,
you might as well say give it to Gilman then. Because at least Gilman's going to say something.
He was the captain at thingy, but
yeah,
you know how I feel about Gilman.
Yeah,
bro, sorry to cut into you, bro. Right, I know we're getting mad today.
Yeah, but all over.
Gilman, what was he doing with that goal?
It was poor, man. Do you know what? Do you know what Nunes kind of said in regards to that?
Yeah.
He said that he's a good player, but he has lapse in concentration.
He
said that. And how you gonna say that about one of your players?
That means he might be behind the bench then.
Exactly, you know them ones. When you keep calling out your man like that, and he said about his concentration levels, it's peak, man.
That means he might not be making the team bus soon,
exactly.
Bro. He might not be making the team bus soon.
But I don't think he will, and I think Igor needs to come in. We just seen him. Because what's some other panel situation?
I think it's a hammy.
It's a hammy.
It looks like, when he was lying on the ground, it looks like he was holding his hammy, wasn't he? But
and he's our best defender.
Well, yeah, just can't concentrate for 90 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
But so our best defender is someone who can't concentrate for 90 minutes. Imagine that. But bro, I'm still sticking with it. Right, we're gonna move on swiftly.
Yeah.
I think we both agree, even though we had a little disagreement there.
Yeah.
I think we both agree that game was terrible.
Terrible. And we don't need to see that type of game again.
No, I don't think you see that.
I think Nuno he needs to earn his stripes now, he's realising that certain players he can't trust.
No, when he's seen it on the training pitch, because as I said, he's obviously seeing something on the training pitch with certain players.
But he's seen them man play against man like Wilson and not even Marshall because he went away. So what is he seeing? He's seen dead man play against Wilson and probably Landers and under 19s and think, you know what? Yeah, this might be the thing. You man might have this might be a new premonition. I might have seen something that man ain't even seen before. But really and truly, look what transpired.
It was terrible, bro.
So,
it was terrible.
Nuno, I love you. You're a good manager, but you need to start earning your crust now, brother. Please, for the sake of our club. We cannot get relegated this season, so you see what your players that you can depend on and what you can trust. Stick with them, and the rest, like it done on Wall Price. I'm surprised to see Todibo.
I didn't think he'll play again.
I'm surprised.
That one, because I think I was saying the last episode, I was saying like Todibo's gone as well.
Yeah, true.
But when I saw him, I thought, okay.
Did he lose tonight?
Did he lose tonight? I think he did. I think he played the whole lot, didn't he? Well, he had to because he brought a Maverick Panels with the back three.
Yeah.
And the Maverick Panels went off. So I think he played the 90. Yeah. All right. Okay, I think we'll leave it there with the Brentford thing because otherwise, what I don't want to do, and this is no shots fired to anybody, but we try to keep it positive.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think being a West Ham fan, we're used to this.
100%.
So, right, bro, one of the things I'm going to say, right, one of the things I want to talk about, and I hear it so much, right, and I see it all of the time with the be careful what you wish for thing, right, the Moyes thing. And listen, I rate all of the podcasters because I'm not even saying that we're anywhere near that. We're just starting out, whatever. Them man, they go and talk sport. They go on Sky Sports, and they're sitting there with their face and they're getting asked questions, and they've, to a certain degree, they've got to speak for or represent the fan base. And I think anyone that does that, I think they need ratings, right?
I agree.
And it's easy for us because we sit there and say, I would have said that and I would have said this. But when the producers on Sky are stopping you from doing it and what have you. So this kind of platform allows us to talk freely as two bridges and we can talk about
100%.
what is saying that thing, right? So to be careful what you wish for, team, bro. Can I go first?
I would love you to go first.
Right? So with this whole Moyes thing, right? You know what really annoys me when I hear that rubbish, is people act like Moyes was this manager with this high stock. And we were there begging little West Ham. He said, please, please, please come to West Ham, right? And he patted us on the head and he come to manage West Ham. What people don't realise is that relationship between West Ham and Moyes was a mutually beneficial arrangement. Right? And the reason it was because Moyes' reputation was in the toilet. This is what people don't realise, right? His reputation was in the toilet. right?
No one
he'd got Sunderland relegated. He had a disaster in Spain. What was the team? Sociedad. He had an absolute disaster over there. Relegated. What do you call him? Sunderland.
Yeah.
I mean, he got booted out of Man United after 6 months. Do you get what I mean, right? Nobody was touching Moyes. We brought him in after, was it Bilic?
Yeah.
After Bilic. Got rid of him, got shot of him, brought him back in after Pellegrini, right? And then persisted to give him 500 million or something like that, right? Which he's never seen in his life as a manager. To build a team, right? Mm-hmm. And then, by the time he left us with the oldest and the slowest squad, right? And people were acting like, you know what? We should be eternally grateful. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I mean? To Moyes, that he won a trophy, but let's have it right. We had the most expensive. Our squad added together, like it was more expensive than the whole conference. The teams in there together combined, bro. That's group stages, knockout, and man dropping in for the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
True.
So then,
Europa League.
Europa League. Sorry, Champions League. Europa League was in Europa before.
Exactly.
Right. So when everyone's going on about be careful what you wish for, I'm like, so we as West Ham fans, we're not supposed to wish for anything else. We're supposed to take what we're given.
Yeah.
And I think that's the irritation for me because and putting Moyes on his pedestal. Listen, until you've got a season ticket or you go West Ham week in and week out, I don't think people realise how bad that football is. And I think the people that all this, we should have got rid of Moyes and what have you. I actually question if they actually used to watch us week in and week out.
They did it though.
Because I watch West Ham week in and week out.
They don't.
And that was a hard watch under Moyes, bro. Towards
even the Conference League,
bro, it was a hard watch. Even that final, bro, we got battered.
But even that
battered.
Final.
Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, he had to go.
Yeah.
I think they let him go too late.
Yeah.
I think he should have gone a season before that.
Yeah.
I mean, me doing 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Because I think he bottled the Europa League. I think when we was in the Europa League, we got to the January, not just the game. We got to the January transfer window. And I think what they were saying, people saying we needed a centre back or a left back or whatever. Yeah. We needed a striker, and he's like, no, Antonio's enough. Blah blah blah. Because he likes to work with a small squad. Yeah. So we were pushing for Champions League at that point. True. He could have got us in there. You understand what I mean?
He could have won us that Europa League.
The Europa League, he bottled that, playing a left back. Look, everyone loves Creswell. We all love Creswell. Yeah. But everyone knows that he got to the point where he was becoming a bit of a liability. He was being targeted. Because they knew he was slow and everything else. So for me, Moyes had to go. The issue that we had was nobody wanted Lopetegui.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's coming back to the owner. So I just want to put my argument across that. Forget this careful what you wish for crap. It was a mutually beneficial arrangement. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah? That's what helped. Bottom line is, you had Moyes, you had West Ham. They helped each other at that time. You know them ones. You know two people. Like, if you got a business and it's failing, whatever, two people come together, and then after that you part ways. So that be careful what you wish for argument just irritates me.
It irritates me as well. Bro.
So go on. What you saying about it?
Well, so my opinion on this all is pretty much like yours, but a few little different aspects to it. I feel now that Moyes has gone, I've appreciated what he's done for West Ham while he's been with us. At the time, I wanted him out. After we won the Conference League, like yourself, I wanted him gone. We've gone in the Europa League and start afresh. I do, like I said, I do feel like he's done. He now looking back on it, he stabilised West Ham.
Okay.
We was going through a tricky spot where we was going after certain managers and giving them Pellegrini, for example, giving them Anderson and all these Hilairs and all these players, and Moyes come in and he stabilised us. And then when you see the body of his work at West Ham, correct me if I'm wrong, because my stats ain't great, but he finished 6th.
I'll fact check it now. Bro.
6th, 9th, Europa League semi-final, Conference League win, and then the Europa League quarter-final against Leverkusen. So with that being said, and still managed to put us in the top 10 on all the seasons that he's been with us. Hold my hands up and say, Moyes, you've done a fantastic job for West Ham. Thank you very much for your help. Thank you very much for stabilising our club. Thank you for showing my team that we could play in Europe again. Because I got 2 boys who've never seen West Ham play in Europe. So thank you for bringing our Thursdays back. Where after school and after work, we all look forward to Thursdays football and Sunday football and things like that. That's what I'll thank Moyes on. What I don't thank Moyes on is him blasting away nearly 500 million and making us the slowest and oldest squad in the league. I don't like. You could say he threw away the league where we won the Conference League, but he showed the season before that you can play both and still do quite well, because we still got into Europe the following season. We finished 7th, didn't we, to get into the Conference League. So that shows me that you can do it. So I feel like Moyes, his time came to an end where we looked terrible. We was getting battered 5-0, 6-0, 4-1s. We conceded more than 3 or 4 goals plus about 6 times.
Towards the end of
the season, and that is bad. So when people on the outside media like to say, "Oh, be careful what you wish for," we wish for stability in terms of growing as a team, not going back the other way. With Moyes, we was going back, and I feel like the time had come where we all are under the same umbrella in terms of, you got us as far as you can, we done what we can, let's part ways, thank you very much for your service, let's move on. We didn't do that, we kept it another season, and he ended up messing up his legacy at the end of the day. So that's where I'm at with Moyes. And
so what are you saying? Are you saying that, you know, you don't agree with the whole media, be careful what you wish for?
No.
Are you saying that you're happy with the fact that he was there?
I'm saying
like,
that.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that I'm happy that he was there. I'm happy for what he's done for West Ham, but in the same breath, he needed to go because we was only going one way. And people might look at this and say, but look at you now. Look at where West Ham are now.
Yeah.
That's two separate things.
Right.
Where we're at now, is it because we got rid of Moyes? We didn't get rid of Moyes, you know, H. His contract ran out.
Yeah.
Let's have it right. People like to say that we got rid of him. He wanted to leave, we left. It was beneficially better for all parties to both part ways, and that's what we done.
Get rid,
So he shouldn't have done. He done what he needed to. So don't care for what you wish for. We wish to be. We didn't wish to have Lopetegui. We didn't wish to have Potter. We wish to have a progressive manager that will get us to the next level.
Well, I think we just, to jump in, I think we just wanted to see different football.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing what people get confused about with us, because I think they think that we think we're City or Liverpool.
Nah.
We don't. We just wanted to see, we just got tired of watching the same football that obviously weren't working and getting battered every week. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But just to jump in on this one, bro. So what you said, right? So you're right. So 2021 we finished 6th.
Yep.
21-22 7th.
Yep.
So that's fantastic, to be fair.
And still in Europe, by the way.
We're going to fair play to him.
Exactly.
And then we went 22-23 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But won the cup.
We did. Yeah. And then we finished 9th. His last season we finished 9th. So I mean that poses a bit of work. It poses a bit of an argument there, right? Were we to look at it from different? Are we being a bit harsh? Because when you look at it, 6th, 7th, 14th, 9th, and a trophy.
So 3 top 10s.
Yeah.
And a trophy in 4 years.
And the trophy was in the year we finished 14th.
Yeah, exactly.
So to be fair, and then he finished. Yeah,
that's the point I was making.
So maybe I'm being a bit harsh, bro.
No, but what you need to remember is, now we're looking at our stats, where I'd like to go back to my first point. When he's gone, we appreciate what he's done. When he was there, it's a completely different story.
Time to bounce
exactly.
Exactly. All right, bro. All right, so I think we're both saying the same kind of thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he done well for West Ham, but his time came to an end.
He done his team.
And that's that.
Okay, bro, we've got to do this one, right?
Well, which one now?
This is the whole Judas argument thing, right?
Into the following man.
Into the foe, all of that, blah, 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 right? But let's do a recent one, and then we can look at the old ones, right? Now, but I swear people are not going to like me on this podcast.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
I think what Rice done was worse than what Kudus done. Now, we hate Tottenham. Everybody, I think it's agreed around the globe that most people other than Tottenham fans hate Tottenham.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We hate Tottenham, but I ain't gonna lie, Arsenal becoming a close second for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like seriously, their
I
fans
agree.
irritating.
I think Arsenal and Tottenham
they're getting close by.
Bro,
I think for the sanctity of football, right, Arsenal can't win the league.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, that's another debate, right? But I think, right, for me,
I hate Arsenal.
Right, I'll let you go first, or I can go if you want. But I think what Rice done was worse. And I was at the Tottenham game, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. I felt a bit bad for Kudus because I just thought, does he even know what's going on? You're kissing your teeth, so you don't agree. All right, go on. I just kissed his teeth. All right, go on. You say your bit there. Go on. But go on.
All right.
So who's worse?
Who's worse in terms of
Kudus? But we'll talk about Kudus and Rice at the moment. Okay. Who's worse?
It's a great question.
You just kissed your teeth a minute ago. So.
All right, so I'm going Kudus.
Why?
Kudus for me. I despise him. I despise Rice. But Kudus for me. I got nothing good to say about that guy, that brother at all. I think, and I get you all your points. You can say your points after, right. But for me, he down tools pretty much the whole last season, right? So if you're not playing to the best of your ability for the team that's employed you, then for me, he's looking at it like, do you know what? I ain't gonna be here next year. Fuck it. Like what? I do whatever I want. Exactly. I do what I want. Like if I want to run and take on 6-7 man and turn back and don't pass, I'm doing that, innit? Like that's the mentality he had.
Right.
Now, don't forget, he was a good player before us. He was the next best thing in Europe. Everyone was talking about him. Yeah. Cool. Chelsea was after him. Brighton was after him. We came in and we got him. Yeah. Loved him my first season. I thought he's a player, but with him, like I said, he down tools the second season, knowing that I believe that he was only going to stay with us for 2 seasons anyway. So he knew he's going to go. Why are you choosing to pick Tottenham? And knowing that, and as much as you and other fans will say he got no affinity with West Ham, yes, he hasn't. But in the same breath, he's been with us for 2 seasons. He knows what the rivalry between us and them are, and that was it. So we gave him the platform to play in the Premier League. He owes us more than we owe him. Let's not get that right.
Bro.
He owes us because he could have went to Brighton. Were they in Europe when then Brighton looked after him? No, there wasn't.
But I bet he wish he probably
but we were still in Europe, so we gave him an opportunity to play in Europe, to play in the Premier League, and all you need to do is put your head down. See out the season, and then speak to the agent at the end and find you a team, a Champions League team, because you want to play Champions League team. You're going for Tottenham. I don't believe Tottenham are going to be Champions League next year. So what are you going for a Champions League team for?
Right, but there's a lot of arguments there, bro. Like you're talking about his form the previous season, and then you're talking about obviously going to Tottenham. What I'm trying to say to you is, you think he's worse? That's what you're saying, basically.
I think for me, I don't like what he done,
right?
Because of the severity and the rivalry he knows we have with them. There ain't really a rivalry between us and Arsenal.
You're making it sound like he down tools to force a move to Tottenham.
Do we know that he didn't,
bro?
Do we know that he didn't?
Yeah, but come on, bro. Like, was he as bad as people said he was?
Yes.
How?
Yes. So last season, so we're talking last season.
We were all whole of West Ham were crap last season, though.
Can you fact check me? How many goals did he get last season in all competitions? Not even regardless of Premiership. I know Premiership probably got like 2 or 3. So please find out for me how many goals or goal contributions.
I don't think he scored more than 5. Last season.
He didn't score more than 4. I guarantee it. A man played Carling Cup games. Man said Carling Cup. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and the league. Please tell me how much you got. And then you tell me if you
fair though, bro. I can't see what he got last season, but I'm just looking at what he done. His whole career at West Ham, it don't look too good. So he played for 23 to 25. He had 65 appearances and scored 13 goals.
That's not good.
Most of that was in the first season.
Yes, exactly.
So I can't see where
That's not good. That's not good, bro. And then you go to Tottenham, and you know what? Another point of it as well is the fact that he went to Spurs and he's talking mad.
What did he say? What did he say?
All right. Well, he's saying. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Go on.
He said one thing about. Tottenham's in my heart, and Tottenham's in my heart.
The doctor was doing his thing, he said you'll find Tottenham there.
Yeah, find Tottenham.
That was cringy. That was cringy.
He said something else as well, and I can't remember from the top of my head. And I just feel like when you leave her a bit of grace. Leave her a bit, knowing you're going to pay West Ham twice next season. And these man used to sing your praises and sing you and make sure you was the next best thing since sliced bread. And now you're just going to throw that all away just because you're going with Tottenham.
Right.
That's what I don't get with him. That I rated Kudus, like I said. He was one of my top ballers, but he didn't show up for West Ham. So not only did he not show up for West Ham, you don't show up and you throw your toys at the pram and you force a move to wherever.
I don't think he forced it.
Whether he forced it or not, he knew he was going. Not to Tottenham, but he knew he was going. So he should have just kept calm and played his football. Done his thing and keep it moving.
So look at this, right? So last season, he registered 5 goals and 4 assists by the looks of it.
I don't agree with that, bro.
5 goals and 4 assists in 35 appearances across all competitions.
Yeah, that's poor.
That's terrible.
That's poor for
but we still got 55 million for him, though.
I would wish we got 60.
Was it 60?
No, we did get 55. I say we should have got 60.
Yeah, but if you think about the market, though, what did Mbeumo go for to...
About 53?
I called him Mbeumo, ain't that the chocolate?
Yes.
That's bad. Right, no disrespect to man's name. Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, can I jump in?
And Lando went for 50 odds as well.
Right.
And he had a better goal and assist.
So then we got a good fee on him then, to be fair.
We got a good fee of him.
All right. This is my argument, yeah? Go
and then you can go on to... sorry, just to say, when I compare him to Rice...
Yeah.
Right? Rice, you seem to think... when you go on about Rice as well... is that he don't get no negative press from West Ham. West Ham fans hate him, bro.
They don't, bro.
A majority, bro. The majority.
Nah, bro,
have you seen him trying to take a corner, bro?
But bro, that's
you see the pelters.
Yeah, but that's tongue in cheek.
Have you seen the boos when he comes?
Yeah, but that's tongue in cheek, though.
But he still don't like him.
Afterwards,
bro.
if he stands on the pitch, they will applaud him. Me, I think boo him same way. My attitude is when you look. Let me put my disclaimer out there.
I don't know.
Because people ain't gonna like it, but I'm gonna put my disclaimer out there. When you leave West Ham, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead to me.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are, right? I love West Ham, my team. You leave, that's it. Yeah. I don't care about your career after that. When you foul, I'm happy for that. I don't care about your success. I don't care about Rice scoring against Real Madrid. Fuck Rice and Real Madrid. You understand what I mean? Free kicks. I don't care. Right, so I'm going to put this out there, right, bro? The reason I think he's worse, and I look at it like this. Declan Rice's career was failing. It failed. He got kicked out of Chelsea. His career was going nowhere at that point. We took him, right? Yeah, we took him on as a youth. We rebuilt him. Rebuilt his confidence. Rebuilt his game, right? Then what we did, we put him, when he finally got into the team and he started to show who he was, we put him to learn from basically one of the best captains to ever grace the Premier League. Let's be honest. You can't really say, when people, listen, when you hear this, I'm not saying Noble was the best player in the Premier League for them idiots go. Yeah, for real. He was one of the best captains to ever grace the Premier League football. Yep, right? I agree. And because you look at it with Gerrard and Vieira and them and Roy Keane, like people that are at the club representing at a high level, right? And he learnt his craft from Noble. To the point that he was the captain on the pitch, but all the stuff behind the scenes, he was taught that, right? By Noble. He then negotiated a move, bro, to Arsenal in the January, in the middle of a relegation season that he contributed to. Let's not forget, you can't be like, I'm not part of the team when it's going wrong, but when it's going well, you're the main man. He contributed to that season, but he negotiated his move early in the year. So he was playing for West Ham knowing full well he was going, right? Bruv, let me land with this. Go on. I
will say I agree with that.
Right?
Just my little point on that. He did that, but don't all players look for a team regardless of where the team position or if they're fighting relegation or fighting for the league?
Captain, no, bro. He's the captain. Bro, and bro, he owes us more than that. Because I was getting, listen, bro. Right, tell me if I'm wrong. Wasn't I getting on his case before he moved? Because all of this, I'm going to give West Ham one more season. What are you talking to, bro? At the end of the day, Chelsea kicked you out, and us, man, gave you something to build on. You're going to give us a season. Well, no, what you do, bro, is sit your ass, keep your mouth shut, and be grateful that you're a Premier League footballer. Because if we didn't pick you up from the scrap heap, you might be playing for Stevenage or one of them. You understand what I'm saying, bro, right? So you could hear our vex I get, right? So anyway, He negotiated that, bruv. He's standing there when us as West Ham fans are saying one more year, he's kissing a badge, bringing it on and what have you, bro. Then my man turned and said, I only want to play for Arsenal.
Yeah.
So potentially he was the cause of Arsenal trying to undercut us. Right? I give the board massive. This is the only time I give the board credit, right? And it's the only time is that they pulled Arsenal's pants down.
Yeah.
Right? Pause. Right? Because what they did, they blatantly said, listen, he ain't going for less than 100.
Yeah.
If you don't pay that, you ain't getting it. And then City coming in helped us out, right? Yeah. But can you imagine that the reason they came with 65 million is because he said he only wants to go to Arsenal. Yeah. If he'd have kept his mouth shut, we could have got a bidding war up. You understand what I mean? So potentially we could have lost him for 65 million.
True, he should have said that. Right. I agree.
Off he went. Then he's over there with his mates because he didn't go over there for footballing reasons. He went over there because his mates Saka and all that.
Yeah.
Kudus now. Kudus for me. Now going to Tottenham, yes, it's unforgivable.
Yeah.
But hear my logic here, right? This is a boy from Ghana. He's a young kid. Was he 23, 24?
Yeah.
It's just a youth, really, right? So he's come from Ghana. I think he was playing his trade in Norway on loan or whatever. One of them places there, right? Then he went to Ajax. He comes to West Ham. He's just got a dream of playing in the Premier League. He's got no affection, affiliation, or anything to West Ham. He's just coming in. Let me use, and everyone knew it was a stepping stone. That's why we had a release clause in there that activated every season. Because that's the only way he was going to sign.
Yeah, true.
Right? Now I don't blame him for going to Tottenham. I blame the board for even doing business with Tottenham. Yeah. So how I say, if we go to buy a Tottenham player, they laugh us out the door. Levy used to laugh West Ham out the door. So when they come knocking at West Ham for Kudus, we should have laughed them out the door.
I agree.
So Kudus is only playing for Tottenham because the board done business with them. If the board didn't do business with them, he wouldn't have gone there. They could have said, no, we don't do business with Tottenham. We ain't done business for 15 years with them.
Exactly.
But as soon as they came with anything more than 50 million, he was showing his bits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sullivan could help him. He was flashing his knickers. Yeah, come on then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So for me...
That I'll give you.
Right, so for me, I don't blame Kudus for that. So I'm not booing him. Because what was he supposed to say? If the club is actively trying to sell you, right, you've got no affection for West Ham. He's getting pelters for the fans saying that he's not performing. Everyone saying he's got a bad attitude. I don't think he's got a bad attitude. I just think that's how his face stays.
Yeah, I agree.
You understand what I mean? You know what it's like, bro. If you don't skin teeth and run around kissing the badge, exactly. Everybody's like, oh, you've got an attitude. And they love labelling certain players attitude problems, but that's another conversation. And that irritates me. At the end of that, that's just the guy's persona. That's what he looks like. You look at him like, I've seen him a couple of games, he looks the same.
Yeah, he looks the same.
That's how his face stays. Right? So my attitude is the board should have never done business with him. But for me, Rice was worse. Now I'm not saying, for anyone saying anything, I'm not saying Rice shouldn't have left. Personally, I think he should have gone to City or one of those, personally. And I hope he never wins anything at Arsenal. But it's the way that he did it. And for me, he done it like snake-like. And remember, he's got form for this. People forgetting. My man was playing for Ireland. When he didn't think he would make it, and he's playing at West Ham, and Ireland come knocking, off he went to play for Ireland.
2 games.
The minute his stats, like his stature started rising, and what have you, England come, he's stock. Sorry, help me. Stock. Sorry, forgive me. Stock. Right. Brother, you know, give me the real idea. We're going to make mistakes.
Exactly.
We're not media trained.
No, for real.
Right. So the minute his stock got higher, bruv, he couldn't get out of Ireland quick enough. And now, the other day, he was captain in England, bro. So you played for... What one are you? Irish or English? What
exactly. True.
Yeah? You love West Ham, you love Arsenal. What is it? Bro, he's got no loyalty to nobody. But he pretends and he hides behind being a nice guy. And he hides behind that and pretends he's something he ain't. He's a mercenary, bro. And how
but ain't all footballers mercenary?
But I don't care about them. I'm a West Ham fan, bro. Like, you get me? Like, we're getting me amped today, bro. I don't care. I'm a West Ham fan. I don't care about no other footballers. I care about West Ham. You play for my team.
West Ham
you do us dirty, bro. I've got a problem with you.
All right, then. Let me throw this at you then.
Go on.
So, would you class Payet doing us dirty when you left, regardless of what he was at the time? But he done tools and he wanted out.
He disrespected us.
Yes.
Right? He disrespected us. Now, we can look at the reasoning behind it. But he disrespects us. Obviously, no one ever talks about this.
No.
But I suppose they're worried about getting sued or something.
True.
What are you going to sue me for?
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and I'll start a new channel.
Yeah, I'm
going to sound close.
Some shekels, but we know, everyone knows what he did.
Yeah.
He should have been a bit more sensible. Cover your thing,
innit?
But I look at it like this. He disrespected us by downing tools, but Bilic dealt with it. He put him to train with the kids.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want you around the squad. And the first game back, It was the Palace. The Palace. They weren't even on the bench. The first game we played after that situation was against Palace, when Lanzini scored the chip and Carroll scored the other head.
Yeah.
Right. So everything in the club was nice. It was 3-0. I don't think they scored. We beat them up that game right there. Right. But I think for me, he was dealt with. He was at the club, and he didn't say, I only want to go. Like, if he was doing that, said, I only want to go to Tottenham, or I only want to go to Arsenal, we had a problem with it. He went back to France. And let's be honest, his career never really went the way it was going to go. He was flying. He was on top of the world.
Back to Marseille, though.
Yeah, but the thing is...
And they gave us 25 million for a world-class player at the time.
Yeah, but he returned to France. And the reality is, as much as we called a mistake and what have you, we got over it. We're not watching him week in and week out, scoring goals against us, taking corners against us, bro. Dancing, doing stupid media crap, appearing on all of the social media with microphones in his hand, doing dancehall rhythms and rap rhythms in an Arsenal shirt, bro. So you could hear how I feel about it, bro. We have to watch this guy every week. We have to watch the media go on about it and what have you, when his career was in the toilet and we're the ones that raised him. So how I see it is, I won't forgive him for that.
And that's fair.
And obviously we've got the others, like, I'm conscious of the time here, bro, but like we've got the others, when you talk about Defoe, you talk about Ince, but for me, again, when you look at people like Parker, people say, oh yeah, Scott Parker, he went to Tottenham. Carrick went to Tottenham. And
Carrick, I still feel about them like I do feel about Kudus.
Yeah, but a lot of the fans don't know. They forget that kind of thing. Like, if Carrick was, people wanted Carrick to be our manager. And I'm like, hold on. The only reason he stayed at West Ham in the Championship, and people got and tell me if I'm wrong, you might remember this, is because he was injured when we got relegated. Or he got injured in the pre-season. So he couldn't get a move. So he ended up playing a season in the Championship. And arguably that made him a better player.
Yeah, he did.
But you understand what I'm saying? Right? So, but at the end of the day, he went to Tottenham. Did Canute go to Tottenham?
Yes, he did. For the Zamora deal.
Yeah, I mean Zamora, but that worked out for us.
That worked out,
right?
for real.
Then, what do you call it? Parker went there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Defoe went there.
Defoe went there.
So at the end of the day, they're all the same to me. Like when you leave West Ham, what have you, but there's a vary to how bad I see you. You understand what I mean? And I just think that, you know, for 2 seasons, people seem to forget, for 2 seasons, right, Rice refused to sign a contract. He would have, if we would have dug our heels in, he would have walked away for free the following season or season after.
Cool. Now let me tell you this: if Rice is your son, how you advising him in that situation, knowing that your son's stock is at the level now that he should be playing Champions League football? Is that a team that's mid-table team? Might be in Europe, might not be. Have no affiliation with that team. And that's your son. Now, how you advising him what to do? Do you tell him, A, sign a contract and put a release clause in, telling him to stick it out there and see out the contract, or you telling him to find a new team? How you advising your son?
Okay, so obviously I'm a West Ham fan. I'm completely biased because I'm going to say sign a new contract at West Ham fan. That's what I'm going to say. Right? But realistically, what I would be saying to him is keep your options open. Keep your mouth shut. We will negotiate behind the scenes. And fair to him, he did keep his mouth shut.
He did keep his mouth shut.
But what I would do is I'd be negotiating behind the scenes to different teams. I'd be looking, do you understand what I mean? I'd be looking at different teams and I wouldn't have an agreement. Like he met Arteta. Let's have it right.
He did.
Right? So I'm not advising my son to meet anyone. My attitude, you play for West Ham. Play your game. The agents, we will take care of what's going on around it. We know you want to leave in the summer, but you do all your best for West Ham, and I will take care of what's behind the scenes. But you keep your options open. And I certainly wouldn't advise my son to say, I only want to go to one club. No. I wouldn't do that. My attitude is the way they've behaved is disgusting, and he seems to get a bit of a free pass. Like, and I hate that, bro. Like, my attitude is like the treatment of Kudus was horrid, bro. To the point now, people say, "Oh, can you feel sorry for him?" But I'm like, let's not forget, he's still just a 24-year-old kid, you know. Let's have it right. He's a man legally, but he's 24 years. So how about Kudus' parents? How do you think they feel when their son's getting that kind of treatment? And he never once said, I want to go to Tottenham.
He kept his mouth shut, to be fair.
He kept his mouth shut. They should have never have done. And apparently, bro, this is what makes it worse. Chelsea came in and offered a player plus cash deal. And West Ham owners said, we only want cash. So we could have got Dewsbury Hall or whoever it was. And we could have got into Chelsea, which everybody would have just accepted and we would have been all right. So I think to wrap this bit up, bro, I think I will say, for me, Kudus, for me, Rice is worse. But you're saying Kudus is worse because he went to Tottenham.
Because he went to Tottenham.
Right.
That's plain and simple.
Right, okay.
He's our rival.
Okay. But I suppose there is a grey area in any argument in there. But for me, I just think Rice is worse. Don't get me wrong, people. I'm not justifying Kudus going to Tottenham. I hate Tottenham like everybody else. But I just think it's a little bit unbalanced and the bias is there when it comes to certain players.
I agree.
All right, bro. Listen, what we got? A few minutes now. What's your predictions for tomorrow night, bro?
What's tomorrow night?
Friday, West Ham away to Leeds.
Oh. Before the game on Monday, I would have said I have fancied us. I would have said, bring it on. After Monday, I don't see us.
Quick thing, bro. Come on.
I'm going for a loss. I'm going for another loss. I'm going for a 2-1 loss.
2-1. You think you're going to score?
I think we will score. I think we will play better than we did on Monday.
I don't think we could play any worse.
It was exactly that. It's true.
All right.
I think that Nuno will play his strongest team, and that will. All I want, is to show some fight. Right. We need to show some fight. We need to show that we're fighting for the badge, and we need to show that we're up for the fight for the season to stay up. If this can be the catalyst for that, then so be it. I will take a draw because Leeds away is an awful fixture there. Everyone's standing up, everyone's at it. The fight's on top of you as well.
They're going to give you a lot of space. They play different.
They're
probably less organised than Brentford.
I would say that, but in the same breath, we like to have the opposition have the ball. So they're going to want us to have the ball. Now, what are we going to do when we have the ball?
The ball just sitting halfway like...
Exactly. Everyone's just backing off.
Everyone's backing off,
And that's the thing.
So what's your score there? So we said 2-1.
I'm going 2-1, or if I can have a little 1-1.
1-1. All right. I think we're going to get beat, bro, to be fair. I just feel that the heads are down from everybody. I don't know how you turn that around. I don't know how you motivate these players after that. But I think we're going to lose. I think we're going to lose about 2-0, bro. If I'm being honest. Yeah, I think we're going to lose about 2-0. But I think there's a little room to change my mind when I see that team sheet. Yeah. I think I'm going to lose the will, bro. Bro, if I put on at 6:45 or whatever it is, and I see that man's name, I'm not going to say it, on the team sheet again in the midfield, bro, I think I'm going to lose the will, bro.
Okay, then, cool.
I think I'm going to lose the will, bro.
So with that being said, H, I know we'll rush for time. Yeah. We end it with, what's your ideal formation that Nuno used to play going into that game?
Personally, I know I said he was supposed to be, like, he's been a bit rigid before that, but I think realistically, we're all armchair managers, you know what I mean, experts or what have you. But I think he's probably going to have to go with a 4-2-3-1 still. Yeah. Because that way it allows for him to have Somerville and Bowen in the team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I think but me personally, I think I would. My ideal formation would be the 4-2-3-1. I'm not going to go through the players because it'll be all day, but I think the players that I would be pulling out the team, I think Paqueta needs to sit on the bench for a minute. Yeah. I think we need to, obviously, Souček needs to come out. I think he needs to get the youngsters in there, Potts in there, Magassa, whoever, Fernandes. Give Fernandes a chance to do something. Get Guilherme on there. Yeah. Like, just do something different. Get a bit of pace, inject something in there.
Who's up top?
I think he's, personally, I mean, as I said, my emotion, going with my heart, I'm always going to go with Marshall. He's from the youth team. He's West Ham through and through, all that kind of thing. But I think realistically, you're going to have to play Wilson. I think you're going to need the expertise of him, like the experience, not expertise. Yeah. Experience, guys. Yeah. But I think you're going to need the experience of Wilson making those runs because what he will do is he'll make a clever run that will open a space for Bowen and what have you. Whereas Marshall's probably not there. He ain't got that experience. He needs to learn from him, get me?
But he hasn't given him 1 minute so far in 3 games.
You don't fancy him, bro. And the thing with Nuno, it seems like he's one of those players, one of those managers that if he don't like you, you're done. As I said, like we call joke about Ward-Prowse. Yeah. I think if you don't like you, you're finished.
You're finished.
So I mean, he could take his pick about how many players were finished after Monday night.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But then, do you think the point that certain people were saying about is because he hasn't been playing Wilson because his appearance bonus. So even if he brings him on for 10-15 minutes, he's thinking, that's your 90 grand done.
Nuno don't care though.
Yeah, he might be getting it from above.
Yeah, but Nuno Strike is the type of person that's going to take it.
True.
Can you imagine this little dwarf walking up to Nuno, talking about you can't play him, looking up at him? Nuno will probably just say, go away. I don't see that, bro, personally. No. But I just think you don't fancy him, bro.
You just don't fancy him.
I don't think he fancies him, Because I always say, right, if you're a striker and the manager plays another player in your position, a midfielder or anyone in your position, your career is done.
Yeah, at that club.
Yeah. The only one Marshall could probably, because he's young, he could probably say, I'm all right. Yeah, Wilson's finished at West Ham.
Yeah.
Even if he plays Friday, he's finished.
Yeah.
Because in a game like that, he chose Paqueta.
Yeah.
And then when we were chasing the game, Bro, did you see my man taking off his boots?
But yeah,
he was vexed. You see that? He was there, and you could see him. And so I think someone said to me, "You're alright." He went like, "Yeah." He was vexed. He's probably thinking, "Well, that's 85 grand. I ain't gonna see this."
Exactly. I have to make it up elsewhere.
Yeah. But just quickly on your one, bro. What's your ideal formation, and who would you just quickly drop out? Who'd you bring in? Quick tip.
I will go with 4-2-3-1 again, and I will have. I will have. Sorry about that.
It's alright, bro. This is real, bro. Our phones ring, we drop stuff. That's it, bro. We ain't professionals out here, bro. We're having a chat. Go on,
I will go with. I will go with Wilson up front.
Yeah.
I say we'll take out Irvin, take out Souček. Potts and Magassa as my double pivot, and Diop comes in as well. Wan-Bissaka comes in. And my defence, I will have Mavropanos and
he can't play, bro.
Oh yeah, sorry,
bro. He's gone. What? If he's playing on Friday, I don't know what that was on Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
My man was like, he was rolling around.
Down to 10 men, isn't it? After 80th minute,
running pain. His leg. He couldn't run.
Yeah, so then it's gonna have to be Kilman and Igor. Kilman, Igor, allowed to Debo, and we're just gonna have to go for it and go with Wilson up front. But I will think Nuno is gonna play Bowen up front. And he's going to do something mad and put flipping Walker Peters as right wing. Something mad like that.
Walker Peters up front. Bro, how bad has it got though, bro, when we're sitting there worried about playing Leeds? Bro?
Exactly.
How bad has it got?
And it goes back to what I say about the unbalanced squad. If our squad was unbalanced, we would go in there thinking we'll have got a chance.
No, bro, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Anyway, brother, listen, another great episode.
Each and every.
Thank you. We'll have to catch up again. All the West Ham fans, we love you. Come on your hands and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, myself, Dominic, signing out. And
big up the Mikey, the P.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
Anyway.
Good luck and God bless.
Yes, love.